Welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles, everybody! Yeah, it's time to, Sorry, I was just looking at the happiness of our city. It's time to, try and get everybody back on their feet, you know? It looks like food shortages is kind of making everybody miserable. Can't say I really blame them, you know, nobody likes going hungry. We got loads of armaments, but no tools. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to have to do something about this food situation, alright? Now, we get a lot of this wheat coming in. Now, what we're not doing is converting it all into, you know, baked goods. Now, some of our bakeries are still kind of suffering shortages in... Oh, no, Alan Tralgador. Yeah, they're kind of suffering shortages in the charcoal situation still, annoyingly. So what we're going to do first of all, right, is clear out all of this space over here. We're also going to look at these houses, because these houses don't have road access, and they are complaining about it. So what we might need to do, I know we've just built this library. I think what we're going to have to do is demolish this, demolish all of these fields, okay, and we're going to shuffle everything over by one square. You get me? You know what? I don't care right now. I'll look at the Vikings in a minute. We're busy, all right? We're making new headway in the field of planting fields and city arrangement. I'm glad this bakery hasn't just fallen apart due to no road access. That would make me kind of sad if that happened. But yeah, then we're going to replace the fields that we removed. Okay, and we're going to put them on the other side. We're going to put 3 down rather than 4, and instead we're going to use this tiny bit of space we got here to make a new baker. All right. And I know having 2 bakeries next to each other is going to make them pretty competitive. Because, especially as one of them seems to be facing the wrong way, which is kind of annoying. But it's going to be like competition, you know? We want them to be owned by different families, so that the 2 families can... Oh my... Please don't destroy our nice new wall. Oh, please. We haven't finished building it yet. Can you not go the other way? Oh, for God's sake. There's 2 of them. Oh, this is mighty annoying, I'll be honest. I wasn't expecting them just to come through here and trash our lovely new wall that we've only just built. Oh, it's a bit of a disaster, I'll be honest. You know what, we're going to grin and bear it for now. We're going to put down these castle blocks on here, because they are the last 3 spaces that we had to fill. Bearing in mind we're going to have to fill all of these spaces in again. We've got no hero to bring an army over, which is kind of annoying. I think we've probably still got soldiers trained up as well. No, we don't. Okay, so all of our soldiers are dead, and we have no hero. The ogres are just going to town on our wall. You know, they don't give 2 shits. They're like, you know what? We don't care if you've put a wall up here. We're just going to knock it all down. And the Vikings are like, yep, we're going to set fire to all of the trees, so that, you know, nobody can bring water over here to put them out. Which is great. That means we're going to have a nice forest fire to deal with as well. This is, it's not a good start to the session, I'll be honest. It's not our finest moment, and you know what, we should probably start building some archer towers and stuff, shouldn't we? I'm just kind of sitting here watching it happen at the moment. But they will... I think... Oh no, is he going to start attacking buildings? Just please stick to the walls. Okay, there we go, good. He's staying to the wall. Luckily he's come inside the range of our towers, which is probably a bit of a mistake, I'll be honest. I mean, it's if you're going to attack, why not stay out here and attack the bit that I've just left completely undefended, you know? Because that seems like the safest option. I better not cover his path, or he'll probably just smash my new foundations down. It is funny though, he just strolls through all of the trees. Doesn't give 2 shits about any of the trees. He just... Oh no, for God's sake, there's dragons as well. This is really annoying. I don't know why these 2 things have suddenly synced up. You know, originally they were staggered quite nicely as well. It meant that we could kind of fend off a dragon, then we'd fend off Vikings, and then we'd fend off a dragon again. But now we end up with just both. both attacking at the same time. You know, we just finished fighting off the Vikings, and, well, at least it's a small dragon, but a small dragon flies in, instantly gets raped by the King's Donger. You know, that's probably not the best way to say that, let's be honest. But he is, as is evidenced by the fact that he's taking a lot of damage, but he is getting pretty harshly attacked. It's got to be said. So, for God's sake, they haven't even finished building the forester over here yet. Look, we're going to have to beef up our defences, okay? It is going to cost more money, and I'm not quite sure we can afford it, but I think what we... Oh, look, this ship's just stuck here. I think we don't need to double up this wall, really. I mean, we will, because it does help eventually. But I think we should put... Why? For some reason, it's not letting me build more than one. Look, it's really annoying. I'm holding down all the buttons. I'm holding down, like, shift. That's not working. I'm also not holding shift, and that is also not working. But let's try it on this one. Nope, still not. Okay, but that's kind of tedious, and I'm not gonna... I'll be honest, I'm not going to sit here for the entire, like, 15 minutes just placing down individual wall bricks. So, are they still... They're still in our city somewhere. They are. What are they doing? Are they starving? I think the Vikings are starving. I think there's so little food in our city that even the guys who've come to pillage us for all of our resources can't find any resources to pillage. Or maybe it's because I've walled them in now. It's probably because I've walled them in. Like, I've broken their AI, and they don't know what the hell they're doing. So maybe we can take advantage of that. Just, oh look, it's letting me place multiple of those. I don't know why. Maybe there's some kind of condition about the fact that I've closed off the entire city that it doesn't like. No one visited this year. Tales of unsuccessful defense of recent Viking rampages. Okay, so nobody's visiting because of all the Vikings. Which is kind of frustrating, I'll be honest. I mean, if there was a way that we could stop these Viking invaders from invading all the time, I'd take it straight away. But I'm going to start turning off some of these towers again. Because we are not making any money at the moment. And if we want to build more defences to guard the other sides of the city, then we're going to need to you know, like, turn off some of these so that we can beef things up on the other side. It makes sense. And then, like, when we get attacked, we can, you know, pick and choose individual towers back on. And that will enable us to kind of defend our city well, and also make a good amount of money from the people. Let's have a little... Can we... No, it's still not working. Oh, for God's sake. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with it. Right. This place has been cleared out, which is lovely. What I think we're going to have to do is demolish this quarry. Okay? We're not going to completely demolish it, because we do need as many quarries as possible. We're going to put it on this side instead. That way we can extend the road up a little bit. Okay? Now the road is going to go to about... probably here. I think that's a good place to put it. And we're just going to fill this little corner up here with charcoal makers. I mean, there are a couple of good fields here, though. Alright, maybe instead of filling it with charcoal makers, we're going to put a bakery here, and we'll put three charcoal makers around this side. I think that's going to be the best idea. We need as many... Oh, I don't know why it's doing this to me. Every now and then it's just deciding that I can't place down more than one thing. But we need this charcoal so that we can bake our bread. Okay, it's as simple as that. Because without the charcoal, how would you bake bread? You'd literally just be selling, like, wet dough to people. And nobody wants to eat that. Let's be honest. Alright, so we've got 3 bakers in this corner now. Now this one on the back is going to have to work really, really hard. Okay? Because they're like on the back alley. But if they make the best baking goods, yeah, I mean, these Vikings aren't going anywhere, so I'm not too worried about it. If they make the best baked goods, right, everybody's going to take the extra path to get round to them. But I mean, it's 3 families, right? Maybe one of these families is like some Viking invaders who started to invade and were like, oh, you know what? Actually, this place is pretty cool. Let's not invade. Let's just live here. So I mean, what's like a Viking name? Like Van Halen. So like we've got the Van Halens here. Wow, this little crew down here. Maybe this is the Van Halen family. Like maybe that's where they're hanging out. They're trying to get a permit to like start their bakery. So we've got the Van Halens, and then we've got, of course, the family who grew up here, the generations that have been here for their entire lives. seeing as it's the Blazington 420, maybe like they could be the Blazingtons, you know, Lord and Lady Blazington. So we've got the Van Halens, the Blazingtons, and then the new kids on the block. They've just moved into the city, but they've come from faraway lands, you know, like maybe another kingdom somewhere. Perhaps Sensational TKO's got a pretty cool kingdom. Maybe they've come from his kingdom, you know. So we'll call them the TKO tribe, because that's just how they go. So we've got the Van Halens, the TKO tribe, and who did I say? The Blazingtons, alright? They're the three rival bakeries in our city. And we're going to keep a close eye on them, you know, just to help them out as well. We're going to put a well just here, okay? So they've all got access to clean water, and also to put fires out, because bakeries do tend to catch fire quite often. Much like this building just here, apparently. For fuck's sake. I bet this was the Vikings. I bet you anything this was. If it wasn't, then what the fuck? We built you a road, and you're still catching fire. Alright, well look, these guys are a bit happier now, which is great, because that's going to boost our... I mean, these guys are... There's a lot of population in these buildings. So if we get their happiness up, then hopefully, you know, that boosts our whole town happiness as it is. Everybody is still starving, though. Which, let's be honest, is not... It's not fantastic news. We're starting to get full-scale, like, bakery production on the go over here. I mean, it still doesn't seem to be enough, though, so perhaps... Maybe we need to get some more charcoal makers. Maybe, over here next to Forestry Hill, we can have, like, Charcoal Burner Way. We can probably come up with a better name than that, let's be honest. Like, the burner bunker, maybe, for all the charcoal. And possibly we'll, like, make a path that comes around here, and we can set up near to, like, the fields. I think that could be a good idea. Like, maybe get some bakeries on the go as well, you know, to get some more food going around. I think the problem we have here, right, is just the bakery situation. Because what I've gone and done is I've put a shit ton of fields down, and then we haven't got any bakeries to actually turn this food into anything decent. Okay? So this is high soil fertility, master worker. I mean, it's good that we've got master workers as well. I assume that's how experienced the guys working on the fields are. I mean, oh look, so this one is medium soil fertility. So what we're going to do is get rid of these two fields right here, and yet again replace them with a baked baker. Yeah, why not? A baked baker. That seems suitable for Blazington 420, doesn't it? He's just gonna chill out with his buddy over here. You know, there's no competition on this side of the city. It's a nice chill place. Everybody relaxes here. You know, there's no worries. And you know, everybody's favourite expression, of course, is Matata Hakuna, because of course it means worries no, and that's how people feel in our city. I mean, it's kind of my fault. I haven't built any schools, so the people here aren't too educated. But you know, they've still managed to work out some things in life, which is pretty good. I feel like you know, despite the fact we've left them to fend for themselves, they've actually managed to thrive and kind of, much like a caterpillar, like turn into a beautiful butterfly. And like I think that's a good analogy for the people of our town. They've been here for like several generations now. How many years? Wait, oh, it's disappeared now. How many years have we been here? Oh, it's where is it? It's here somewhere. Oh, look, year 111. Year 112, yeah. So, I mean, if our people... I'd like to say our people live to, like, the ripe old age of 80, but let's get real, right? This is like the medieval ages. They probably live to maybe 40 at the most. So, we're talking like 3 generations of families we've had living here now. You know, the Blazingtons who've been here, the Lord and Lady Blazington, with their founding father status, you know, they probably lived in one of the first hovels that we set up. But of course have risen to the top through a chain of bakeries, most of which are burnt down in our city now, unfortunately. The other of which is run by a bunch of stoners over here, friends with these guys. Yeah, it's nice to have them kind of in one of these fancy houses. You know, I mean, it says that there's 25 peasants in here, but let's get real, right? The Blazingtons are the 4 head of households. You've got Lord and Lady Blazington and their kids, Archibald, Reginald, Montague, II and Elizabeth Darling Bouquet Residence the Third. Yeah, they're the 4 heads of households. The 25 peasants, that's just their servants. You know, it's the staff of the house. They're the ones who you know, get their clean laundry and like make their dinner when they can't be bothered, and even like wipe their bums when they're feeling really lazy. Because you know what those rich folk are like. They wouldn't be able to wipe their bums without a servant helping them. So let's just take a minute to think about the poor servants and staff of the household of Lord and Lady Blazington, shall we? Just 2 moments. Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely fine anyway. So this is looking good now. Look, we can get some more charcoal burners on the go over here. See if we can actually put down 1 on 1, shall we? Nope, we can't. That's great. I think we'll put a small stockpile over here as well. Just so we've got... that's not a small stockpile. There it is. Just so we've got somewhere else for this shit to be stored. We're going to put 2 more charcoal makers just here. Oh, look. We managed to put down 1 on 1. That was great. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much, game. And maybe... Should we put a baker over here? I reckon we should. He's pretty close to fields. He's not close to the residence, however. It's gonna take a long time for the food to get moved around to, you know, anywhere that people can actually eat it in. Shit, we've run out of wood. Can you believe that? We've actually run out of wood. I've built so many charcoal burners that we've run out of wood. Okay, we're right. No more charcoal burners. We're actually going to have to think about this situation. I think it's going to be time to finish off Forestry Hill, because that's going to be the only way that we can get our wood production back up. So we're going to drill a road right through this forest. All right, we're gonna dislodge all of the animals that live here. Unfortunately, these towers are ready as well. Let's get some. Oh, we don't even have enough wood to build a ballista tower. All right, it's flashing up every now and then. I think what we should do is actually extend this up more though, because oh, here we go. Look, multiple blocks. This is what I'm talking about. Shit, I think we ran out of wood, didn't we? Yeah, we may have run out of wood then. Yeah, this is going to be our corner wall of defense. Okay, so it's important that it's nice and high, because then we can get a couple of ballista towers up here when we've got the wood for them, and use those to just really keep our city safe. You know, like really keep the invaders out. Make sure that the people here are safe and secure, and you know, can look up at the King's Donga and be like, oh, how majestic our King's Donga is. The king, he's such a wonderful person. He's doing wonderful things. Like, he's starting to get the food situation under control. I mean, not quite. We're still minus 59 food per year, but still, you know, starvation is not an instant death. So, look, it looks like the Blazingtons have moved on. Must have opened their bakery now, and totally has nothing to do with the Archer Tower we just put up next to them. These guys over here, not going to know what's hit them once these 2 ballista towers go up. Can we put them? Oh, we can. 1 there, and 1... Oh, we need 35 more wood. Let's speed it up a little bit. We're going to put this ballista tower down, and then I think we're done for today. We made some good progress. You know, we're going to have a lot more resources coming in now. Like I said, we're going to have to deal with this wood situation, because it's looking a little bit dire, I'll be honest. Like, I guess that's just because we're trying to, wow, really stockpile the charcoal, which is going to help with the bakery situation. I mean, oh, for God's sake. Man, I just got struck by lightning. Oh. Yeah, the bakery situation is a little bit drastic, isn't it? You know, we're very quickly running out of food, probably because of all the manners and stuff that we keep putting down. I'm going to put the ballista down first. There we go. Yeah, the food situation's getting... We'll leave that manor down for a bit, okay? I mean, neighbours of the Blazingtons, you know, they're pretty pleased that they've gone. In fact, I'm fairly sure the Blazingtons may have planted that fire to you know, rid themselves of troublesome neighbours. But yeah, next time we come back, we're going to finish off Forestry Hill. We're going to up and kind of beef our defences up a little bit all the way around this wall. Hopefully get the food situation under control. And if we can get the city to a self-sufficient state, I think we'll be pretty much done. Like, we filled a lot of this build area, haven't we? You know, like, it does look very cool from up here, let's be honest. Like, it's like a little SimCity map or something fun like that, you know? But yeah, I guess, like, once we've... I don't care about that. Once we've filled all of this space, like, we could extend the walls out, but I'd kind of... Let's be honest, this place is a mess. I kind of feel like starting a new city somewhere with better knowledge of how, like, everything works. Like, getting all the resource gathering arranged on one side, like a nice centralized area for all the warehouses and things. So yeah, like, I think we're nearly done with Blazington. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment so you can catch that new series and the rest of this one as we finish it off. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.